birthday to Jillian. We've got a Supreme showdown shaping up on Capitol Hill as both Judge Brett Kavanaugh and his accuser are invited to testify in public next Monday. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sandra Smith, live inside America's Newsroom.
And good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Shawn in for Bill Hemmer this morning. Judge Kavanaugh saying he wants to clear his name as he strongly denies the allegations of a decades-old sexual assault that was made by Christine Blasey Ford. We are still waiting to see, though, whether she will accept the invitation from the Senate Judiciary Committee.
The White House standing by their nominee as everyone waits to hear from the woman making waves across Washington.
Judge Kavanaugh is one of the finest people that I've ever known. He's an outstanding intellect, an outstanding judge, respected by everybody. I have great confidence in the U.S. Senate. They'll go through a process and hear everybody out. I think it's important.
It is an accusation which the ranking member of the Committee of Jurisdiction has known about for at least 6 weeks, yet chose to keep secret until the 11th hour.
Obviously, if Judge Kavanaugh has lied about what happened, that would be disqualifying.
These allegations ought to be treated with the utmost gravity. The allegations are extremely credible.
Peter Ducey is live now on Capitol Hill with the very latest. Good morning, Peter. First, do Republicans have the votes to confirm Kavanaugh, even if they don't hold the hearing on Monday?
No, they don't, Eric, because behind closed doors, Republican Senator Jeff Flake has been warning leadership that a hearing is the least they can do to earn his support.
I would have voted no this week, absent her being able to tell her story. And so I'm glad she's going to be able to. And I may conclude afterwards that he should go on and fill that seat. I may not. A lot will depend on that hearing.
Senator John Cornyn, a Republican also on the Judiciary Committee, says that next Monday's hearing doesn't need to have any witnesses other than Judge Kavanaugh and his accuser, Professor Ford. But Senate rules allow for one corroborating witness on either side to back up that side's side of the story. And that's something that Democrats are already saying that they expect will happen, Eric.
Yeah, meanwhile, do we know if Mrs. Ford, the professor in California, she's been invited, but do we know yet if she actually is going to attend the hearing?
She hasn't RSVP'd yet, but her attorney says that she's going to be here, or that she wants to be here, so it's expected that she will show, but Democrats are already pushing for a delay. If it's going to happen, they think it should happen past Monday because they do not think a hearing is enough. Senator Dianne Feinstein, the top Democrat on the Judiciary Committee, says that I'm disappointed the FBI and White House are failing to take even the most basic steps to investigate this matter. We must not repeat the mistakes of the past and rush the process before we're able to gather more information and the FBI is able to reopen and complete the background investigation. But the Justice Department is saying the FBI has already done their job in this case by learning about new information and then giving it to the decision makers, in this case, the White House counsel. And the Justice Department is clear that nowhere in these allegations is there a discussion or an accusation of a federal crime being committed. Eric.
All right, Peter. Potentially it could be quite a showdown. Thank you. Sandra?
Let's bring in Jennifer Mascott, an assistant professor of law at George Mason University's Antonin Scalia Law School. She's also a former clerk for Judge Kavanaugh and Justice Thomas. Thank you for joining us this morning. Obviously, this is a long wait and see now to see whether or not the two of them will publicly testify and whether she'll accept that invitation to publicly testify on Monday. How long have you known Judge Kavanaugh?
Well, thank you for having me on this morning. And this is obviously a very, very challenging set of circumstances. I clerked for Judge Kavanaugh from 2006 to 2007. And so that was his first year serving on the D.C. Circuit. I've known him and his family for 12 years. And I can tell you that entire time I've known him, he has acted with the utmost character, integrity. I value him as a mentor and a friend. Throughout this process, he has had people from all walks of life, all along the spectrum, come in and testify unfailingly to his character, his kindness, his generosity, and that is the person that I know and have respected over these past 12 years.
As someone who worked with him and clerked for him, what is it that you're hearing in the national conversation about him right now? What is it that you're coming forward to share with us about his character?
Well, I'm coming forward to talk about what I know, which is really all that I can talk about, and that's, Judge Kavanaugh for 12 years. I served as a law clerk for him his first year on the bench, and, what you heard from him in his hearings a couple of weeks ago is his approach to the law. He treats the law even-handedly, with fairness, with respect. He's treated all of his law clerks, everyone that I've seen him come into contact with, unfailingly with respect, integrity, transparency. He's been a terrific mentor to women. He has championed us in the legal profession. He has been, just without fail, just a person who's had really over his career and his life an impeccable record.
As a woman, as a former clerk of Judge Kavanaugh's, as a friend of his, someone you have known now for 12 years, you have heard the White House come forward and say this woman should not be ignored. She should be heard. You just heard Republican Senator Jeff Flake say she should be able to tell her side of the story. How do you want to see all of this play out?
Well, everybody deserves to be treated with respect and dignity, and I understand that the hearings have been scheduled to continue on Monday. And I've heard Judge Kavanaugh say that he would value the opportunity to share his story and to clear his name. And I trust that the Senate will continue to handle this with respect and treat everybody with dignity and fairness.
Many women have come forward that have known Judge Kavanaugh for many years, many of the 65 women that have known him since his high school days. And 2 former girlfriends went on the story with Martha McCallum last night. Here's one of them sharing her thoughts last night.
I just couldn't believe it. It's just so polar opposite of the Brett Kavanaugh that I've known for over 35 years. He has just been such a stand-up guy, full of integrity. I admire him. He never exhibited to me or anyone else that I know, not with anything, treated no one with disrespect.
Should Judge Kavanaugh still be confirmed?
So the Judge Kavanaugh that I know who has acted with unfailing character and integrity, has served with distinction for 12 years, I still strongly support his confirmation. I've known him for 12 years. He's, as I say, treated his law clerks, his family. During that time, I've known him with the utmost decency and respect, and he has been just a tremendous public servant during the years that I've known him.
Working with women is something he prides himself on. That announcement at the White House, it was made very clear that he's employed and had many women working around him. What can you tell us about that?
Well, Judge Kavanaugh has made it a point to champion people of all backgrounds, women and men. That's something innate in his character, is he selflessly has put others ahead of himself throughout his public career with his family. I've seen him in many different settings, and just have the utmost respect for Judge Kavanaugh.
Jennifer Mascott, thank you for coming on America's Newsroom this morning. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.